Well, this is certainly not going to be much of a sailing video. This is the January 21st, 2025 snow in South Mississippi. Extremely rare. We haven't had anything close to this since 2004, 21 years ago, and it wasn't even close to this as far as the amount of snow. 8-9 inches deep on the ground right now. So I did elect to evacuate my sailboat for this freeze. It's going to last a few days. I mainly chose to do that because I have a very, very narrow finger pier. It's about 18, 19 inches wide, and that's going to be covered in snow and ice. And because the tide varies, it's going to be difficult getting on and off that boat. So I didn't really want to do that. And the companionway hatch is going to for sure be frozen shut with ice. So how did I prepare for that? It's always a little nerve-wracking leaving your boat in such extreme weather, not being there to watch it. So what I did was I shut all the seacock valves, the through-hole fittings. All those are shut. The sink, the air conditioning line that comes in, the water intake for the engine, all of them are shut. So I couldn't leave my heater on. I didn't want to leave any of those valves open in this type of weather. In order to leave my unit on, I would have had to let water flow come in to cool the unit. I chose not to do that. So I did something I didn't really feel comfortable doing. I left a small space heater on inside. So hopefully that won't be a problem. But I thought it was better to leave the heater on than it was to risk through-hole fittings freezing or something on the engine freezing. So I know that that heater will probably keep that cabin hopefully above freezing. 32. It's going down to I think 17 degrees tomorrow Fahrenheit. But this is something else. This is extremely rare. For those of you watching from up north somewhere, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is nobody here is used to it. There's no salt on the roads. There's nothing to prepare for. The drivers aren't used to driving in this type of weather. Nobody's prepared. Some of the people in my marina did stay on their boats. I admire that, but it's something I chose not to do. Amazing weather, I can't say it enough, for this area. Kids were out loving it, everybody was having a good time, but now all of a sudden it's all quiet. I think they had enough of it. Not used to this weather. Well, as you can see, the temperature has risen just enough to where the snow is melting, which is kind of bittersweet because it's so rare that it snows like this down south that you hate to see it leave. It's almost like Frosty the Snowman is melting and going away. The fun is over. However, the temperature is going to drop dramatically, supposedly tonight, get back down to around 17 degrees. So the ice on my small finger pier and all over the wooden pier is going to remain. So I'm not going to return to the boat today. I will probably do that tomorrow. So I hope my space heater is doing its job and still going and not burn the boat down. Snow is melting and will probably not return because I don't think it's going to snow again. If it does, it will stay on the ground again because it's going to be very cold tonight. But I don't think the conditions are conducive for it. Well, it's not that type of season for sailing down here, but I hope you did get something out of this. One thing to especially remember is in low temperature weather, shut those through-hull fittings, shut the valves, don't take any chances, and keep the cabin warm, preferably above freezing if you can. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe.